Hi, welcome to the Whiska Chicks podcast. My name is Amy.
And I'm Amy's sister, Suzie.
We are going to be talking to you about Whiska Chicks. You may ask yourself, what in the world is a Whiska Chick? Well, it's a term our Nana, our grandmother, used to describe anything and everything, like a doodad or a thingamajig.
For our purposes today, Amy and I have framed Whiska Chicks as those random moments in life that accumulate over time that compel us to grow, learn, and evolve. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, funny, or sad, with each Whiska Chick comes a lesson, an aha moment, a lotus blooming from the mud and muck, resulting in wisdom and healing.
Whiska Chicks have brought us both to a place in our lives where we love ourselves and speak our truths. The last thing Nana said to me before she passed on was, "Be true to yourself, little A." That was the nickname she had for me. The angel spoke straight through her in that moment, and I knew I had quite a journey ahead of me. It was that Whiska Chick, the last Whiska Chick she delivered, that set me off on an incredible growth journey. She is the force behind this creative endeavor. We dedicate every Whiska Chick to her. We're grateful you're here. Well, hello.
Hello, and welcome to the Whiska Chicks podcast. I'm Suzie.
And I'm Amy.
And of course, you know by now that we are sisters. And we're here to talk to you about the random things in life that our Nana called Whiska Chicks. Whiska Chicks. So today we're going to talk about...
Nana also whistled through her teeth.
She did, yes, especially when one of them fell out. Listen for the whistle. So Amy and I kind of have our own language, and, we don't expect you to be fluent in it, but we're going to kind of loop you in on some things we use, some terms, some Whiska Chicks that we use for life stuff. And so today we're going to talk about something that we affectionately call eggs. How would you define eggs? You're the intellectual one. I'm your muse. Yeah.
So eggs are. It's a cumulative word for everything that just piles on you throughout your day, throughout your week, that creates overwhelm and stress, and where you just want to shut down and go, I'm done.
I mean, I guess we could reference that it might be a cousin of, all the eggs in a basket, right? Or eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Well, when you put all your eggs in one basket, you're limiting yourself to only one option. But if you want a visual, it's like if each egg represents a stressor or something that is just piling on to you, that's taking energy from you in your day-to-day life, you could picture a basket just full of eggs, with each egg representing something that's robbing you of your energy. How about that?
So eggs can be... I think eggs are mostly people, or, it's like the Calgon commercial. The phone, the dog, the kids. Calgon, take me away.
Now, depending on your age, you may not recognize that, but...
If you were born in 1972 or later, you would, because that's the year I was born.
Just so you know, Calgon's a bubble bath. It was a popular bubble bath in the 70s, and the commercial was, the this, the that, the other, like Suzie just said, and then, Calgon, take me away, and it showed the lady in a bubble bath with her Calgon, and her life was just better.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and put in Calgon commercial, and then you'll know, because I know it's on there for a fact. But anyway, so where did we come up with the term eggs? Well, here's another, like, if you were born after a certain year type thing. So we grew up latchkey kids. Like, we defined being latchkey kids. And, basically for a certain time period of our lives, Amy kind of raised us because we were we were left alone. So we watched a lot of cartoons, and we really loved Bugs Bunny. So I'm gonna go old school on everybody here. So there's a cartoon, a Bugs Bunny cartoon, where there's is it? Oh, I'm getting the two cartoons confused. It's not the Little Red Riding Hood. It's I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. It's that one. It's the little kid. So anyway, Bugs Bunny is just, in the woods doing his thing or whatever, and he runs into this big brown bunny with a basket of Easter eggs. And this big brown bunny has bags under his eyes, his ears are drooping, and Bugs Bunny is basically like, "What's wrong?" And the brown bunny's like, "I'm so tired from delivering all these eggs." And then Bugs Bunny looks at him and he says, "Well, I'll deliver the Technicolor hen fruit for you." And so he takes the basket of eggs from this bunny and starts, going door to door to deliver the eggs. And there's one house where he opens the door and this little, I don't even know how they came up with this character. The kid comes out, I think he's wearing a red and white striped sweater, and he just starts beating on Bugs Bunny. And he's like, "I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg." Yeah, So that's where the eggs came from. Like, when we say, you have a lot of eggs, you see the brown bunny with the bags just being like, "I'm so tired from all delivering all these eggs." So that's how silly we are, and that's kind of where, for us, the term eggs was born. And I see a lot of irony in, having this basket of all these different colored eggs that just have exhausted you. And I don't know, that's how I connect the two. And so, Amy can tell you, like, I will send her, what are they called? GIFs, like those little pictures. I don't even know what they're called. Where you pick them from your iPhone. They're GIFs. Mm-hmm. They're not a gift. They're gifts. And I'll just send her
they're
some
a gift
of
without a T.
Exactly. They're a GIF. I'll send her
I thought that was peanut butter.
It is, but with a J, GIF with a J. I will send her these little gifs of just nothing but these eggs just moving side to side like they're coming for you, and she's like, "Yep," it's that kind of a day. But I mean, for me personally, I'd also equate eggs to these, the energy vampires, particularly. I can't say that word right now. Particularly. That you work with, or I'm customer in a customer facing job all day long, so it's just the eggs are just lined up and they come through. So by the end of the day, I've had a lot of eggs.
And my eggs
but
are.
It's also
well, go ahead, Suzie.
Your egg. No, I'm just saying but that's just one facet of eggs, and you can walk in the door and be like, "Oh my God, I have to do all these dishes." Eggs. My apartment's filthy. Eggs. I have laundry to do. Eggs. I have bills to pay. Eggs. I mean, it's just an egg can be, like Amy said, anything that adds not fun to your life. So, anyway.
And then pretty soon all these eggs are in a basket and you're just like, "Oh my God, look at all these eggs." But, so I'm in customer facing too, if you will. I'm a registered dietitian and a certified diabetes educator. So I work with patients, and I also work for, a company that puts a lot of stress on me too. So, but it takes a lot of energy and patience to work with people, whether you're in a grocery store or you're helping them with their diabetes or whatever. It takes a lot of energy. And then you compound that with home, kids. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I mean, just think about how many eggs you could put in a basket on a day-to-day basis.
So many eggs.
So many eggs.
I love the way you said that. Just so many. Think about it. Think about how many eggs. No,
so
it's true.
Those
bastards are not organic, pasture-raised happy hens either.
No, but so the question becomes, how can we remove some of the eggs from the basket? I mean, how can we take some of our energy back?
Crack them up, scramble them up, eat them, and poop them out. That's how you get rid of the eggs.
So I guess it becomes, you take something so silly as this analogy or this metaphor, and then it becomes about how do you create some boundaries, or how do you create time for self-care and taking back some of that energy? Because I don't care what it is. I mean, everybody has at least a dozen eggs in their life every day. And if you think about it, at the end of the day, it's like, are you happy? Are you tired? Are you stressed? It's like, how many eggs are in your basket, and how can we reduce your egg load?
Oh my God. I just saw, have you ever been to Costco and seen like the triple decker, like huge thing of those eggs you can buy?
Yes.
It's like, don't shop at Costco.
And you know,
Get the six-pack.
I just thought about something. My whole life I was able to eat eggs until a few years ago. I became sensitive to them. I can't eat eggs anymore. They upset my stomach and my whole GI tract. So I wonder if that's symbolic in some way, because, you know, without going off the rails here on a tangent, I mean, the egg load in my life
is not excellent.
It's not excellent. And I think it's kind of ironic that now I can't eat eggs. I just thought about that. That's weird.
Let's revisit your, like, maybe when some life goes by, you can try eating eggs when you feel less stressed, and see if you can tolerate eggs.
I don't know. I don't know.
Now we're getting personal.
Exactly.
Talking about your
Exactly.
Exactly. Talking about your GI tract. That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, the poop shoot, man. It's serious business.
We're going to have a poop podcast. Just you wait and see.
Actually, eggs make me congested. All my sinuses inflame, and my stomach hurts. Anyway, I digress. But essentially, I guess the question becomes, how do we get some of our time and energy back?
Yeah. And everyone's like, okay, well, I can't quit my job, and I can't just not do things. Like, eggs are going to happen. But anyway, yeah, that could be a whole nother podcast of, how we deal with eggs.
But I think the challenge is, how can we reduce the number of eggs? If you're in a situation where you're really feeling like you just don't have much time in your day for yourself, you're looking for time for self-care and maybe some alone time, just you time, whatever. It's like, how do you start to create boundaries and reduce your egg load, like I said earlier? I know that sounds funny, but because going into that, our tagline here at Whiska Chicks is be true to yourself. So I think that looking at that, like, how can you take some of your energy back? That's also asking, what's true for me? Is this egg, that egg, this egg, does it belong in my life, or doesn't it belong in my life? How do I get some of that back? Am I really spending my energy on things that are important? And granted, there will be some things that you can't just, you have to care for your kids, there's all kinds of things, but it's like, how do we get some of that energy back?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I feel like once you start maybe like responding and not reacting to things, your stress levels can go down. But also, I think egg removal starts with maybe healthy boundaries. Oh my God. I've been holding on to that forever. I can edit this out. It's fine. We took a long enough pause, but
no,
sorry. You're. I know you need to go. It's okay. We're at 13:22.
Yeah.
So let's just pause and then let's
Well, let's just put out there. So the homework for this one, we're gonna add an egg to your basket.
I love the homework thing.
We're gonna add an egg to your basket.
Yeah, here's one more thing for you to do for us and yourself.
Just something for you to think about. How many eggs are you carrying on a day-to-day basis? Are you really feeling those eggs? And what eggs can you reduce or actually eliminate? How can you create some boundaries if you're feeling overwhelmed by your eggs?
I know this whole conversation's getting silly now. But that's also the point too, right? Laughter is the best medicine. And
even though it's a very serious subject, we want to weave humor into this. Humor and metaphor and, get some laughs out of it too. But it can be quite serious for a lot of people. So, between now and the next time you hear from us, see if you can reduce your egg load.
Or prioritize your eggs, and maybe...
There you go.
Maybe some of those eggs can just fall out of the basket. How about that?
Crack on the ground and never come back again.
Crack on, everybody. I love it. All right, well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Whiska Chicks, and we look forward to our next podcast. Already, I can't wait. So anyway, as we like to say, and actually, sorry, as Nana always said, Amy,
be true to yourself.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.